So hello everyone, this is lecture 59 for the mathematical physics. In the last lecture we have completed the fundamental theorem for gradient and we have did up to here. Today we will see the fundamental theorem for the divergence. That is Gauss divergence theorem, we also call it this way. And what is this theorem? Mathematically we say that divergence of A and the volume integral of this will be equal to surface integral A dot dA. So what is the surface? Means if you have any volume, then the surface covering it, the complete surface, the closed integral with that surface will give you what? This. Means the surface integral will give you volume integral of divergence of A. So this will be equal to this. So let's take some example, you will understand it more then. So if vector field is given in this form, 2xz x cap, x plus 2, y cap plus y, z square minus 3 z cap. Now this is your surface. Okay, so for this surface or this volume, this cubical volume, so side is 2 here, so that's why we are calling it cubical. Now you find the surface integral, means for the closed surface, means for this side, this surface, this one, this one, this one, this one, for all surface you find the complete surface integral, that will be equal to divergence of A and the volume integral. Okay, so let's see the proof of this, means if it is true or not. First we will find this surface integral for all surfaces, then we will add it, and then we will see that if this is coming out equal to this divergence of A d tau or not. If this came out to be equal, then this is a very useful result, because we don't need to find the separately all of the surface integrals. If we need to find the surface integral, we can directly calculate the divergence and we can just integrate with volume element. So that is the comfort here we are getting. So let's see if it is true or not. So vector field is given, and let's say first surface is this one at x equal to 2. Then what will be dA? We already discussed this. This will be, means x is constant, so dx will be 0, and dA will be dy dz, and direction will be x cap. So dA will be this, and we know A is this, so A dot dA will give you 2xz dy dz. Now you need to integrate this, and x is going 0 to 2 for this. Sorry, x is fixed, that is 2. Y is here going 0 to 2, and z is going 0 to 2 for this plane. Okay, so we'll just integrate this A dot dA. So for this surface it will be dy dz, and 0 to 2, 0 to 2. Now see, we have put in place of x equal to 2 because this is given, so this will be this 4z dy dz. Now dy will give you 4y here, and z dz will give you z square by 2. So in place of z square by 2 we will get 2 square by 2, in place of y we will get 2 only. So just a simple integration, and we have put in substituted the limits, so this will give you 16. Now same you will find for the x equal to 0 for this one surface. For this direction will be x cap minus x cap, so it will be dA will be minus dy dz x cap. Now this is x equal to 0 for this, so A dot dA is this and A is this, so A dot dA will be minus 2xz dy dz. Now see here x equal to 0, so this will be 0, so for this surface it will be 0. Now let's find for the y equal to 2, that is this one. For this surface dy will be 0, so dA will be dx dz y cap. Now A dot dA directly you can calculate, it will be x plus 2 dx dz. Now you will integrate this, where this x is going from 0 to 2 and z is going from 0 to 2, so it will be x square by 2, and here it will be 2x. Substitute the limits, and dz will give you z only, so 0 to 2. So after solving this it will give you 12. Same you will apply for the y equal to 0 plane, means you have calculated for the y equal to 2, now for the y equal to 0. So y is constant, so dy equal to 0, and dz dx will give you the direction of the plane, so minus dx dz y cap. So we already discussed how to find this aerial element, so that's why I'm not just giving you every detail. You can see my previous lectures, you will get that how we are writing this. Now A dot dA will be minus x plus z dx dz, and now you can integrate this, so it will give you minus 12. So again you will integrate the same 0 to 2, 0 to 2. Now for this z equal to 2, this surface, now for this one dz equal to 0, and dx dy will give you the direction, so it will be dA equal to dx dy z cap, and A dot dA will be y z square minus 3 dx dy. Now z equal to 2 for this, so z equal to, substitute here, it will be 4 minus 3 1, so y dx dy. Now integrate this, for dx dy 0 to 0 to 2, it will give you 2 square by 2 multiply 2 equal to 4. Same for z equal to 0, this surface direction will be minus dx dy z cap. So dA will be this, A dot dA will give you this. So in place of z you will substitute 0, you will get 3y dx dy. So y will give you y square by 2, dx will give you x, and substitute the limit 0 to 2, it will give you 3 into 4, 12. Now see the complete surface integral. Closed surface integral will be addition of all these surfaces. So it will be 16 plus 0 plus 12 minus 12 plus 4 plus 12, this will give you 32. Now this is we calculated from this. Now this is a very long process. Let's see if we are getting the same value from this also, del dot A and d tau. So let's find first the divergence. So divergence of A will be 2z plus 0 2yz. So you know how to calculate divergence. So it will be 2z 1 plus y. Now we need to calculate the volume integral. So for the Cartesian coordinates, volume element d tau is dx dy dz. So it will 2z 1 plus y, and x y z will be going from 0 to 2. Now dx will give you x, so it will be 2 just multiplied and 2 here. Z will give you z square by 2, and inside you will get y plus y square by 2. So in place of y you will write 2, and y square by 2, 2 square by 2. So after solving this you will get 32. So this is the same result you are getting by addition of all the surface integrals. So that's how we verify the result is true. Now see, we get this result just by simple this calculation, and here we did a very long calculation. So that's why this result is very helpful. Let's prove this result for some more examples. With some more examples. Let's take a hemispherical surface. So this is a closed surface, and we have two surfaces here. First is this one, the curved surface. Second is this circular one. Now the vector field is given as r cos theta r cap plus r sin theta theta cap plus r sin theta cos phi theta phi cap. So this is an spherical polar coordinates. So for spherical polar coordinates, we know dl is given by dr r cap, r d theta theta cap, r sin theta d phi phi cap. So first for this surface r will be constant, so dr will be 0. So we'll get our direction of this dA will be dA equal to r d theta r sin theta d phi, means r square sin theta d theta d phi. So this will be your for this first surface. dA will be this. Now you will find the A dot dA. So A dot dA will be this. From here you will get r cube. In place of small r you will write r because it is equal to capital R. So r cube sin theta cos theta d phi. Now here you will see that theta will be going from 0 to pi by 2, and phi is going from 0 to 2 pi. So you will put the limits, and you will solve this. First for the theta, it will give you minus cos theta divided by 2, so 0 to pi by 2, and d phi will give you phi only. So after substituting the limit for phi, it will be 2 pi. So the value will be pi r cube. Now for this second surface, what is constant? Theta is constant, that is theta equal to pi by 2. So d theta will be 0. So your dA will be dr r sin theta d phi phi cap. So this will be your dA. Now find the A dot dA. This will be r square sin square theta dr d phi. Now integrating this for the limits, r will be 0 to r, phi will be 0 to 2 pi, and theta will be pi by 2. So theta will be pi by 2, this will be 1. So it will be r square dr d phi. Now this r square will give you r cube by 3. So it will be capital R cube by 3. d phi will be 2 pi. So you will get r cube by 3 into 2 pi. Now this complete surface integral will be A dot dA, means after adding both the surfaces you will get the complete surface integral. So that will be pi r cube plus 2.3 pi r cube, that will give you 5 by 3 pi r cube. Now see, this result we get from the second and right hand side from this. Now let's calculate by this divergence of A, then the volume integral. So divergence of A, you can see my previous lecture, we have already calculated divergence for this vector. So this will be 5 cos theta minus sin phi, and d tau is nothing but d tau you already know. For the spherical polar coordinate, it is r square sin theta dr d theta d phi. Now see, this r square dr will give you r cube by 3, so it will be taken out. Now it is for the d theta, this sin theta will go inside, sin theta cos theta divided by 2 multiplied by 2, it will give you sin 2 theta, and sin 2 theta integration will give you minus cos theta divided by 2. Same here, sin phi and sin theta you will get. So sin theta will give you minus cos theta, it will be cos theta sin phi. Now substituting the limit 0 to pi by 2, it will be integration with d theta. Now d phi is outside and limit is 0 to 2 pi. After solving this, you will substitute for the phi, means here for this pi by 2 0, you will get 5 by 2 minus sin phi d phi. Now this will give you 5 by 2 phi plus cos phi. So after substituting these limit, you will get 2 pi here, and here you will get 1 minus 1 0. So it will be only this 2 pi. So 2 pi will give you 5 pi here. So 5 by 3 pi r cube, you will get your answer. So this is the same result as we are getting here. So that's how we verified the result is true for this also. Let's take one more example in the cylindrical coordinates. So A is given r 2 plus sine square phi r cap plus r sine phi cos phi phi cap plus 3z z cap. dl in the cylindrical coordinates given by dr r cap plus r d phi phi cap plus dz z cap. Now see, we have 5 surfaces here. First this curved surface, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 surfaces. So we'll calculate for all the 5 surfaces the surface integral, then we add them, then we see if the volume integral is giving the same value or not. So for this curved surface, radius will be fixed, so r equal to 2, so dr will be 0, so area element will be r d phi dz and direction will be r cap. So r d phi dz r cap, so a dot dA from this will give you r square 2 plus sine square phi d phi dz. Now put the r equal to 2 because this radius is given, so it will be 4 2 plus sine square phi d phi dz. So phi here will go from 0 to pi by 2 and z is going from 0 to 5. This length is 5 here, so this length is 5. So that's why we substitute these limits 0 to pi by 2 and 0 to pi 5. So this sine square phi can be written as 1 minus cos 2 phi divided by 2. So integrated. First with d phi it will give you 2 phi here, and here it will be 1 upon 2 will give you 5 by 2 and minus sine 2 phi divided by 4. So then here you will get 2 pi, substitute the 2 pi here, sorry pi by 2 here, and 0 to pi by 2, that's you need to substitute here. In place of dz you will get z only and z will give you 5, so multiply with 5. So after solving this you will get 25 pi for this curved surface. Let's find for this z equal to 5 surface. So here this z is constant, so dz will be 0, so dA will be r dr d phi and direction will be z cap. So a dot dA will give you 3r z dr d phi. Now r is going from 0 to 2 and phi is going from 0 to pi by 2. Substitute the limits, it will give you r square by 2 and d phi will give you phi only, so it will be pi by 2, so it will give you 15 pi. Now for this z equal to 0, this surface, again d phi dz will be 0, so it will be r d phi dr, but direction is minus z cap. A dot dA will give you this and z equal to 0, substitute here, you will get 0 here. Now this fourth surface, that is equal to this one, this rectangle type, where phi equal to pi by 2. So d phi will be 0, so it will give you dr dz and direction will be phi cap. So a dot dA will give you r sin phi cos phi dr dz, so it will be 0. Why? Because when you substitute phi equal to pi by 2, cos 90 will be 0, that's why this is 0. Now fifth is this surface, when phi equal to 0, so d phi will be 0, so dr dz and direction will be minus phi cap. So dA will be minus dr dz phi cap. So a dot dA will be minus r sin phi cos phi dr dz. Again for phi equal to 0, this sin phi will be 0, so this will be 0. Now we can calculate the total surface integral by just adding them. So it will be 15 pi plus 25 pi will give you 40 pi as your surface integral. Now let's find the by second method, that is divergence of A and then volume integral. So divergence of A of this vector, this one is 8. So we already calculated this when we discussed about the divergence. Now this is 8. So and volume element in the cylindrical coordinates is r dr d phi dz. So now integrating, for r it is going from 0 to 2, z is going 0 to 5 and phi is going 0 to pi by 2. So it will give you r square by 2 means 2 square by 2 and d phi will give you phi, so it will be pi by 2 and dz will give you z, so it will be 5. So solving this will give you 40 pi. So you are getting the same answer. Now see, you are getting the same result. So that's how we prove this Gauss divergence theorem. So you must remember this, that you can calculate the total surface integral around a closed surface by just taking the divergence of the vector field and the integral with respect to volume. So that is the Gauss divergence theorem. In the next lecture we will discuss about the curl and the Stokes theorem. So that's it for today. Thank you everyone.